All right, guys. So the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight is in 13 days. I'm looking forward to this, but I'm not at the same time because I'm not really a fan of either man. I'm a huge UFC fan. If it's on, I'm watching it. I typically don't watch reruns, but if there's any new fights coming on, whether they're free or pay-per-view, I'm watching them. I don't always order pay-per-view. I don't like seeing it on my cable bill. But I will go up to Miller's Ale House where they're airing it so I can spend my money like right away and out of sight, out of mind. But I love the UFC. I've been a fan of it since it's been around. But McGregor is not one of my favorites. But I used to love boxing, decades ago. And I didn't really watch it when Mayweather was when Mayweather was a huge figure in the sport. So I don't really have a lot to say about him. I know he's done. I know he's done some bad things. I know he talks a lot of smack. I know he's not generally considered to be a good person. But I tell you what, tell me who you're rooting for and tell me why. Because in reality, I think that the best case scenario, what I would love to see happen, is that both men go out there and simultaneously knock each other out. Now that's not going to happen. I mean, chances are that's just not going to happen. It has happened. It's not impossible. There are clips out there of guys simultaneously knocking each other out, and it's just magnificent. But that's how much I don't like either man. But I don't really like Mayweather. I'm sorry, I don't really like McGregor, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I think he's overrated. I think he's very overrated. I know a lot of people disagree with me. I'm probably going to get some vehement responses, but I just don't think he's that great. Technically, I think that his timing is great. A lot of people tell me Conor McGregor is so fast. Well, I think that's debatable. I think it's very debatable. I don't think McGregor myself is that fast. I think his timing's great. I think his timing is superior to his speed. And I think even he would tell you that. But when he has gotten checked on the jaw, anytime he's ever been hit on the jaw, he looks like he's about to be out. I don't think he's got a great jaw. I don't think he's been up against people who are that great with their hands. I know that there's a lot of argument about that. But I think that his fights have been very selected. And I'm not saying he hasn't fought some really good guys. He has. He has fought some really good guys. But on the other hand, when you look at his record, it's filled with a lot of people that a lot of people have beat somewhat easy. So I just don't think it's that great. But getting past all of that, even if all of that was superb, I just don't like him as a person. McGregor, I just don't like him. I don't like him for the same reason I don't like Mayweather. It's the way they talk. It's their whole persona. I don't like it. Now, they're doing this because that's what people want. People want to see all the smack talk. People want to see the braggadocio. They want to see the machismo. I get that. At the same time, I don't. I think it's a sad commentary on what our culture wants, on what our culture feeds on. And I'll tell you who I do like in the UFC is TJ Dillashaw. And the reason why is because he does seem to handle himself like a gentleman. And there's other fighters out there that I feel the same way about. I am not a betting man. And this is the reason why I'm not a betting man. Because I do make my picks on emotions. And that's how they cast these fighters, with the bios at the beginning of the fight or before the fights. They always show them and their families and their daily routines, and then when I see it, they have kids. I'm like, oh, I want them to win. He has a kid. Then you find the other fighter has a kid. I'm like, I'm torn now. That's being a father. That's how I kind of been making my decision. That's horrible. I know it's horrible. That's not even a logical way to do it. I tend to want the underdog to win, especially if he's not running his mouth. Guys that do run their mouths and say, I'm the best that there ever was, nobody can beat me, nobody wants this more. And they all say this, nobody wants this more than I do. Really? Really? that stop saying that, because it's not true. You all want it. I think that the fire can die out, but it doesn't make any difference. Honestly, it doesn't really make any difference. I make my decisions emotionally, and that's probably for the wrong reasons. Why I don't bet, because a lot of times the people that I want to win don't win. I will be really disappointed and surprised if in 13 days, on August 26th, if Conor McGregor wins. I'll be shocked. But I'll be so dismayed. And it doesn't... Here's the thing. Both these guys are going to win no matter what. The payout is huge. They would never have to do another thing in their life. Mayweather doesn't have to do this now. Okay? He doesn't have to do this now. He has the most to lose, in my opinion. Which is kind of guess why I'm rooting for him. There's going to be so many excuses made if either one wins or loses. And I just don't want to listen to any of it. But I would like for heroes to come up in the sport, people that could serve as role models. I know a lot of people don't want to serve as a role model, but it doesn't really matter who you are, whether you like it or not. Even you watching this video, you're a role model to somebody. And there's no humility left with some of these guys. There is with some of them. That's why I still watch it. I don't like Dana White. I mean, there are some things about him that I can respect, but I don't like him. And I know a lot of people feel the same way that I do. So I don't like the way what he's done with the sport. A lot of things he's done is really good. I think that even though I don't like Conor McGregor, I think that him doing this is actually going to be good for UFC. That's the only takeaway for me with him doing this. I think that it will increase viewership, obviously. I don't think UFC really has that problem. But I think it'll increase viewership. I think it will increase the value of the fighters. I think it'll bring new respect. But then again, I don't know. I just don't want McGregor to win. I wish it was somebody else. And so that's who I want. Mayweather to win. That's my pick. It is an emotional decision. I don't really like boxing that much anymore. In fact, I just can't stand boxing. I just want to see McGregor get destroyed. He needs to be humbled. But here's what I found out in life, is that as much as I want somebody to be humbled, generally that doesn't do it. He probably won't be any more humble after it than he was before it. So I always root for whoever's fighting against him. And I probably always will, unless he changes his tune. But then I think that if he did, nobody would like him anymore. Nobody would like him more. He's done a good job of marketing himself. But the problem I have with it is that the everyday person couldn't do that and be liked. They can't do that. And they've turned this sport, kind of into professional wrestling in this aspect. I'm a little conflicted. Well, I'm a little confused by the conflicting accounts I hear on podcasts by Chael Sonnen, Michael Bisping, people like that, who talk about Conor McGregor, and they say, well, actually, in real life, he's pretty much a shy guy. He's a gentleman. He's a really good guy. But here's the thing: the same person who said that, and I think it was Chael Sonnen. They also say in the same breath, people like Conor McGregor because this is who he is in real life. Make up your mind. Is he one way or is he the other? It doesn't make sense to me. But I can kind of understand it if he's only this way when it comes to sport. But if he's this way all the time, I don't like it. But I don't even like it if he's just this way just for the sport. He doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be. I like humble people, and there's enough people in everyday life that you run into who think they're better than everybody else, who've got to be number one, and that's just not the kind of person I want to see win in the ring. I know Mayweather is like that. I do get it. I guess because I'm a UFC fan, and McGregor has put such a smudge, black mark on the face of UFC. That's why I want him to lose. I know that's what they want. I know that's what they're going for. And that's what all the guys are doing now. but I just can't stand it. So that's my pick. Who you guys rooting for? And tell me why. All right, I got to get home and give the kids some lunch. They're probably starving. Thanks for your time. Like this video, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.